Why don't Christian men pursue women anymore, and what can be done about it? Some time ago, I came to the realization that the beauty industry is a multi-billion dollar industry. Women wanting to make themselves more attractive are spending huge amounts in dolling up themselves, in putting on extension, doing up their hair, buying beauty products, and even going to the extent of putting implants in their bodies, all in an effort to make themselves more attractive to the opposite gender. It's also noteworthy that in modern times, many modern and postmodern women are actually becoming what is known as gender neutral in their lifestyle, their dressing, their attitudes, or they are adopting masculine lifestyle, the masculine dress, masculine attitudes. While that may be good because some women feel very empowered when they dress like a male, they may feel very liberated, as in the case of feminism, I can say safely that for the majority of men, that is not endearing, that's not attractive, that doesn't call out from within us the urge to pursue those females. And today I want to share with you something very simple but yet very potent, that you were born with, you were created with. You don't need to buy it, you don't need to spend massive amount of money to get it. You were given it, endowed, you were endowed with it from the time you were conceived in your mother's womb, and that is your femininity, your femaleness. Believe it or not, one of the most charming things about women is the difference that they have, the feminine qualities, the femininity, the femaleness. That quality or those qualities attract us and call out from within us a sense or the urge to couple up, to move towards, to pursue, to charm, to get you. And so today we want to speak a little about being feminine, the feminine part of you. If you understand, if you know how to use it, this quality can help you to attract many males. So what is femininity, and how can you activate it in yourself? There are many aspects of femininity, and the differences, the qualities we are going to just explore briefly in this video. One of the things I want to talk about is your voice. Oh, the soft, sensual or feminine voice has an appeal that can melt the heart of the strongest man. If you remember the story of Samson and Delilah, I could very well imagine the lure, the influence of Delilah's voice as he appealed and begged and seduced Samson to tell her the secret of his strength. So adopting a more feminine, your female voice, soft, it's a little bit high pitched, the way you speak, if you don't or haven't cultivated the power of speaking in a refined way, we want to encourage you to do that. The way you dress. Like I indicated before, dressing in a masculine style may be empowering to you. Or perhaps you don't even think about it. Like some women I know, even my wife, they dress in pants or trousers mainly because of the weather. to keep themselves warm. However, and sometimes that accentuate their female form. However, I would venture to say that the feminine way of dressing in dresses and skirts and blouses do a lot more to accentuate your difference as the opposite gender and call out from us attention, and cause us to want to draw nearer and to just want to be with you and to pursue you, to, for want of a better term, quotes unquote, capture you, does a lot. So, men tend to like long hair or longer hair. That is not to say that you cannot have short crop hair and be feminine, but these are elements of your presentation that, let's say, accentuate your femininity. The way you walk, the graceful walk that you might carry, and even the soft qualities. Let me just expand on those soft qualities. They mean more to men than you may realize. I came across a website that I want to share with you, and it has about 23 feminine soft qualities that you may want to adopt, you may already have, you may want to accentuate, and you may very well want to incorporate in your life that would cause men to want to pursue you. Janet Zimmerman has written an article for this website called Love for Successful Women, 23 Feminine Qualities that Will Improve Your Love Life. And I'm just going to scroll down to the part that is most relevant to what we're talking about. And she says, catching and keeping a masculine man's attention means embodying and living into feminine qualities. In doing so, you will stand out, making him want you more. And then she goes on to give the 23 qualities to live into. The first one, she says, is to surrender. Instead of trying to control things, instead of trying to make things happen, just be and do things that would support what you want. And then just let go and let God lead you. Don't be too obsessed in micromanaging affairs and being stressed if they don't go your way. And being receptive. Be receptive to the feedback, the ideas, their opinions. When a woman is open to a man's ideas, and if she receives those ideas and opinions gracefully, it means a lot to him. It means a lot. He may not say it, but it impacts on him, because we like to know that we can make suggestions, give ideas, say what to do, and you take them on board. Show emotions. Well, let me just give a caveat here. Show the right emotions. We don't want a drama queen. You will drive men away from you. Be with the feelings that come up inside of you and express how you really feel. But, steer away from the negative things. We don't necessarily want to be drawn out in, high drama. Be radiant. Let your inner beauty shine by doing the inner work of resolving unhealthy habits and patterns. Just let love shine through. Be happy. And, be, not be dowdy and down and being a drag. Nobody wants to be around a drag. Nobody wants to be around someone who drains and saps their energy. So, that is not to say that you won't have up days and down days. We know that you are a female and you have hormones which run rampant many times. But in the main, be happy and radiant. Flow. Be flexible and go where the flow is more instead of being so intense. Be sensual. Now, that might be a frightening thing for a Christian, but women are sensual beings. We are all sensual beings, but accentuate your sensuality. This whole thing about flirting might be very controversial, but it doesn't mean that you can't allow yourself to be nice and happy, bit flirtatious, not in a way of making a man, come on to you or calling out his emotions, but just be sensual. Let's just stay at that point. Be nurturing. Nourish and nurture your relationship so that it thrives. And that is any relationship, be it the relationships with your siblings, relationships with your friends, relationship with your parents, relationship with your colleagues, your brothers and sisters at church. When you nourish these relationships, people will notice that, and people will know that you are a nurturing person, and people will be attracted and magnetized towards you. Be affectionate, The Bible says, interestingly, I did a presentation on this, that, we must be affectionate, what Paul calls brotherly affection. Be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another. And in other places, he speaks about brotherly affection. And he even goes on to say that you must greet each other about 4 different times with a godly kiss. So I'm talking about platonic affection, be able to be tactile, to touch, and interact with people in an affectionate way. Express your affections verbally, emotionally, and physically so that he knows you care for him, or people would know that you care for them. Share. Be kind. Be ye kind. The Bible says, be hospitable, because when you're hospitable, sometimes you never know, you would entertain angels unawares, and you will entertain men. Let me just give you a quick story about this lady who was a very kind person. She lived near the dormitories of a university, and she used to, be on campus with some of her friends, and she noticed, as is the case with many students, that they didn't cook, they didn't feed themselves very well, and sometimes when she cooked at home, she would bring food over, and it was a lovely time, particularly for those guys who either A, didn't know how to cook or didn't have the time to cook. And one of the guys just was really enamored about that, and in fact he started to pursue her, and now they are happily married. So be sharing, be generous. Another very feminine quality is being gentle and warm. Be gentle to yourself, be gentle to people around you, be gentle with men. And that simply means that, when things aren't the way you want, you don't have to get in a huff and a puff. Just be tolerant and understand that we're all human beings. When people do things that are wrong, and you obviously feel very uptight about it, just chill out. People make mistakes. They say the wrong things at the wrong time. We're all human beings. You have done that yourself, and people who are in your lives, people who are around you, will inevitably say something that is not right. They will step on your toes. They will mash your corn, as we proverbially, they will mash your toes, as we would say sometime back in the Caribbean. But be patient with these people. Be gentle, which comes on nicely to being patient. Let things unfold naturally instead of trying to push and force things. Don't make things, the Bible speaks about don't awaken love before it's time. So just be patient. Be patient. Now, we are going to continue these qualities in the next video because we are running out of time, and I will see you then. Talk soon.